In this video, we will be learning the third component of acceleration, that is the corollary component. From this diagram, we are seeing the link OA here. This is O and this is A. Now, if this link is having a angular displacement, that is d theta, if you take any point on the link OA, the distance of these points will be equal. Now, since all the points on these links are equal after the displacement d theta, this link will be having two components of acceleration, that is A is equal to it is the summation of normal component an and the tangential component at. Now, for example, if we take this point B where the slider is resting here, point B is nothing but a point which is to be considered on the link OA. Now this slider, after it is having angular acceleration d theta, it will be assuming a new position E here. Now this point B has been moved to the new position here. So this distance, this point on the link OA is not fixed here. Now this distance from O to B is different and from O to E is different. Now before the displacement and after the displacement, the distance has been changed here. Now any point which is where the distance changes after the displacement, that particular point is said to have the third acceleration component called as the corollary acceleration component now here. Now let's learn from this diagram here. Now we have this binary link OA. On this binary link OA, we have this point B where the slider is resting here. Now slider is located at the point B here. Now this binary link OA is assumed to have a displacement d theta here. Now after having the displacement d theta, the binary link OA moves to a new position OA dash. Now the same point B which was on the binary link OA is assumed to move at the new point E here, such that the distance between OB and OE, the distance are unequal here. Now such point is assumed to have the third component of acceleration called as the corollary component here. Now the distance for OB to OE is assumed to change in 3 steps here. Now the first step is the point B first will move from point B to point C. Now this is because of the angular acceleration of the binary link. Now because of the angular acceleration, that is nothing but because of the movement of OA to OA dash, this B is assumed to move from B to C here. Now this is because of the angular acceleration. Now the point C moves from C to D. Now this is because of the sliding velocity of the slider here. Now the link OA is assumed to have here the angular displacement or the angular velocity, and this slider B is assumed to have the linear velocity. Both the velocities of the two components are different here. Now one is having a angular velocity and the other is having a linear or sliding velocity. Now these two acceleration have resulted the point B to move from point B to C and from C to D here. Now the movement of this point D to E, that is nothing but the slider moves from ultimately B to E. This is because of the last component of the acceleration, that is nothing but the corollary component of acceleration. Now to find the mathematical equation or expression for this corollary component, we will be finding this angular displacement DE from the diagram. Now this arc DE from the diagram, let's refer this thing. This displacement DE, we will be taking it as arc length FE minus FD. This will be the distance taken here mathematically from the diagram, and the length of this arc FD will be taking it as equal to the length BC from the diagram. So the arc length of FD is equal to BC. Now what we will be doing, we know the length of the links here, that is nothing but O to A, and the displacement moved by this binary link is d theta. Now since we have the linear length and the angular displacement, we can find out the arc length here. So in order to find the arc length of this EF, what I do is I will be multiplying the distance length of this link multiplied by the angular displacement d theta. Now similarly for the link BC, I will be taking the length of this particular BC and multiply this by the angular displacement d theta, so that we will be having the arc length as OF into d theta and this arc length BC as OB into d theta. Now from these two we have the d theta as the common, and from the figure I will be taking OF minus OB. Now this length OF minus OB, subtracting the length OB from OF, I will be having FB. Now since we have assumed the length FB is equal to CD, we will be ultimately we will be having the length arc length DE is equal to CD into d theta, where CD is nothing but the linear displacement of the binary link. Now here the linear displacement of the slider here, and the d theta is nothing but the angular displacement of the link here. Now having these two displacement, mathematically we will be finding another expression here, arc DE is equal to, now CD is nothing but we have found out here, this is the linear displacement. Now linear displacement, when we know that the relationship between the linear displacement and the angular displacement is V is equal to omega into R. Now considering the same thing, this angular displacement CD, I will be taking it as equal to V into dt, and d theta I will be taking it as, since it is angular displacement, omega into dt. Now multiplying these two things, we will be ending up with getting V into omega into dt square here. Now also mathematically taking the expression of the chord length DE. Now D is nothing but because of the corollary component, the point changes from the displacement of the slider changes from D to E here. Now taking the same thing, mathematically we will be having a standard notation for this arc length D. That arc length is given by D equals half into AC into dt square. Now finally we will be having two expressions here, 1 and 2. Now equating the RHS of the two expressions, the dt square on the both the sides gets cancelled here. You will be ending up with having AC equals 2 times linear velocity V and the angular velocity omega. So the third component of the slider, because its velocity, the distance between the slider and any point on the slider keeps on changing here, we will be having the third component of acceleration given by AC, this is equal to 2 times the linear velocity and the angular velocity omega. Now this is the third component of acceleration called as the corollary component of acceleration.